All right, ladies and gentlemen,
Hi.
coming to you again. Not in. Where did we do our last video from? Oh, from Donner's Pass. Yeah, we were still in California. So, yeah, we are not in California anymore.
No,
As you can see, right now we are in Wife. Where are? I need Wife.
I'll just hold on to you while you turn.
There we go. We are in McCall, Idaho, folks. So my wife's hilarious, and so am I, in my own mind. No, so we, yeah, as I think we talked about, we made our way from Donner's Pass all the way to Boise, and did business there for 2 days, and it sucked. It was some of the worst business I've seen. I probably sorted through, I don't know, 50 orders, maybe 50 off. I don't know. Like, we sorted through orders for like an hour.
Almost 2, I think.
Yeah, hour, maybe an hour and a half, something like that. And they were bad. They were bad in Boise.
They're like $16 for 20 miles. Yay, right?
Yeah.
Wait,
It was garbage. And but that's fine, because then I got to catch up on my podcast research. And but anyway, so like after, I gotta switch hands now because the bicep is fading. Feels like someone set it on fire. Yeah, so we weren't really considering Boise as a place to live. I mean, maybe a tiny bit. But it's not really our landscape. We enjoy, like, what's in the background here. If you can see it, it's pretty smoky. If you like look along here, forest and mountains and water. Ooh, this is like legit beach. You okay walking on that, babe?
Yep, just slowly.
So that's what we like. We like mountainous and forested nature and slightly higher altitude. We like it when it's cooler, to a point. Well, of course, the wife here is Swedish, and it gets into the negatives for like 6 months at a time, and lots of darkness and very little sun and lots of snow.
I didn't come to America to experience that. So,
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I'm done with that. Can we skip that part?
Yeah. Oh, wow. This is a river over here. This exits into a river. How cool is that?
I'm coming.
You coming, wifey? I'm leaving you in the dust. Yeah, we're on McCall Lake, I guess. Is that what it's called? I'm not sure. This is cool. I don't know if you can see that, but this river has an outlet. Like, right on. It looks like there's like a wedding party or something like that over there. Anyways, so, I don't want to cover the camera with my finger. Yeah, anyway, so we just today, like, woke up and the internet wasn't working, and I said, we had a conversation, but the final thing I said was like, how would you feel if because we wanted to make our way to Coeur d'Alene at some point anyways. I just didn't expect it to be this soon. I had expected to hang out in Boise for a couple weeks, and I was hoping to make some good money there while we write. And we're making progress on her book. Well, not book. Books. Yeah. So we've been working. Well, a little hard. Mm-hmm. You're working on it more than me, but we'll have this. We hash things up. But we're working on a 9-novel series. I don't know if we want to spoil the name of the series yet.
Not quite yet.
Let's say that it's very spiritual and dangerous and exciting. Anyways, those don't really mean anything, but when she's written this 9-novel series, I'll tell you this much. It's sort of like Kiss the Girls. If you're familiar with that movie, Kiss the Girls meets The Prophetic. I will say that. I'll say that much.
I don't know what Kiss the Girls is, so
Yeah.
I have no idea if that is accurate or not.
It's pretty accurate. But
I guess we need to watch the movie now.
yeah. So I'll say that much. But anyways, yeah. So we're working on that. So we're brainstorming
Creating the world,
bad,
and all the characters.
evil antagonists and the good people.
Yeah.
She's doing more of that work. I'm helping her with the psychology of the characters and
Really
motivations. Thanks, babe. And here we'll let you look at a nice background while we jabber on.
Like, I can't see anything. There's a sun.
There is a sun, and he loves you.
Yes.
Hey, let's talk about Jesus. No, actually, Jesus is awesome. We love Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
But so we're working on that. But we're just like today, after a couple days, a day or two in Boise, we're like, no, nope. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, they do a beautiful job with their neighborhoods and their green belts, like their artificial like landscapes. They did a really good job with those. It's beautiful. But like we like to work on our books and whatnot during the day, and then deliver from like 6 p.m. or after that, like deliver into the night. So deliver like 5 or 6 hours a day. Man, I need a selfie stick. But the last like day or two that we delivered, it was just like a lot of lowball offers, and
Like high miles, low
Yeah.
dollars.
20 miles, $16 or something, and it's like, no, I don't really want to pay to deliver your food for you.
No.
So we're not fans of that. But so we're just like, okay, we're out of here, and so we're driving north, and so I think we're still on. I think we're still on 55, and then we'll be hitting 95 and taking that up to Coeur d'Alene. But you know, for a while driving north of Boise, it's foothills and it's dry and it's death, and there's a river, and the river's nice, but it looks like death. Sorry to you Idahoans, we're not trying to trash your state,
Those
but
mountains
it just
look cool.
it looks like it looks.
As soon
I
as
don't
we got
like it.
into trees, I'm like, life.
Yeah, so
It's
not
like
too far out of Boise going north is the I think the Idaho
National
something.
forest?
Yeah,
It was some kind of national forest.
yeah, and that immediately gets beautiful.
Yeah. That
Like
was
forest,
so
a
nice.
bit of rock formations.
The river.
The river
went
that's
along
like
the
yeah.
entire
right next to it with rapids, and it's a little low, but it's nice. So we love that, and it kind of leads up to this part, which is McCall, Idaho. And this is sort of the new gentrified mountain town that people are moving to. Like right across from us, they're building big houses. I don't know if you can see these in the background. I don't know if they look that big, but trust us, they are. And so, yeah, so we're here and making our way up to Coeur d'Alene. And so, like, we've done delivery. Well, not we, but I've done delivery there before we met.
I've never been there yet, so.
And yeah, this is all new for her, but I've been through here before. And but I wanted her to see Idaho, see eastern Idaho is what we're driving up. But it's Cascades and mountains and river and lakes and at least for a bit. It gets dry again further north in my experience, but by the time we get back to Coeur d'Alene, yeah, forest again, and some mountains, although they're not, doesn't look as nice as here, in my opinion.
Yep.
But
Still, sun is
Yeah.
still right behind you, so I'm keeping the glasses on.
there you go. But
you as in you guys who are watching.
I want to show our Coeur d'Alene. I want to do some delivery up there. They have some nice coffee shops up in Coeur d'Alene, and we want to keep working on our books.
Yeah.
I've been working on my book, and I'm just editing a chapter on that I just wrote on relationships, and based on my experience studying psychology and relationships, and having lived in different countries, recognizing the norms for relationships across all these cultures that are common. And I'm really excited. I think what I'm writing, with God's help and to God's glory, will help people. I keep switching sides. I need endurance camera arm. But yeah, so it's nice to travel, and we'll be heading back to Central Oregon, Bend, Oregon, around the 25th, because my sister will be having a baby, so we're excited about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby, she's gonna have a little lady, and but we're enjoying the transition out of summer. We've successfully avoided the worst of summer.
As in the worst of the heat of summer. Cause,
Yeah.
When it's really hot, it's not
Oh,
nice.
it's not fun. Oh, it's not fun. When it's like, because like we really enjoyed our time around Redmond, Washington, and that area was relatively cool. It was hot for like a week or two, for like the 2 or 3 months we spent in that area, but overall it was pretty nice. But then because one of the reasons that we left, well, we needed to go to Sacramento to do immigration stuff, but one of the reasons that we aren't going back to Central Oregon is because the gas prices shot up like $1 in a week or something. It was crazy. Like they went from like the lowish $4 to over $5, low $5 in maybe 80 cents or $1 in a week. By the time we left, actually, I think it was $1.
Oh yeah.
And that's just insane, and that just eats into our profits for food delivery. And so we're like, well, where can we go that's like within proximity to? And the same thing in Washington, gas prices went up, and we're just not doing California because that's like $6 to $7 a gallon. That's completely insane.
Yeah.
And we don't need ethanol that much in our gas. How about no ethanol? And I've heard that would drop the price of gas per gallon like $3. So let's just ex-nay ethanol right in the face. But so we're like, well, and I looked at going back to Washington or coming to Idaho, and here in Idaho the gas prices are in the mid to low $4 range. And if we wanted to scooch over to Montana next door, it'd be like in the $3 range. And so we're like, well, that's a lot more palatable, and we want to see Idaho anyways. And we want to. We've heard that around Orofino there are a lot of off-gridders, and so I don't know if we'll check out Orofino on this trip, but like hopefully in the next couple months would be nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, so we'll head up there and keep riding.
Yep.
Keep delivering, keep having fun. We've been enjoying van life. It's hard and it's easy. Van life is, because the hard part is like it's a small space, and we need to find alternate means of like taking showers and using the bathroom and food storage and all that. So that's challenging. But what's not challenging is I own the vehicle, so there's no payment, and we don't have a rent payment. And
yeah, it's a solar panel, so we have extra electricity.
Oh, I see
The bride and groom.
a bride and groom getting their pictures taken. They're dancing on a dock. Oh,
Sweet.
it's beautiful. I won't show you because I don't know that you could even see it on the camera, but it's sweet.
It's like, look at that little blob right there.
Yeah, look at that black blob and the white blob. Yeah. So, but it is nice because we're in a discreet van, so people hardly take a second look at us wherever we're parked, whether that's a Winco parking lot or some side street, or next to like apartments, but like on the street or wherever it might be. We just stay real discreet and no overt signs except for the solar panel that it's
Not very overt.
No, it's not. No, it's pretty. Like the solar panel I have on top is
It's
barely
flat,
noticeable.
So
And
it's
so
nice having all of our belongings already where they need to go, so that we can just go. Let's go to the next city.
yeah,
It's like we don't need to think about it or like pack anything or go back to somewhere or tell anyone. We're just turn on the highway.
yeah,
That is very nice.
yeah. For people like us who are nomadic and we like adventure quite a bit. And oh my gosh, I need to work out my arms. What is happening here? For people like us, it works really well, and we think that. I mean, we could be wrong, but I mean, maybe some eventually will want to settle down. But we think that even if we get land and build a house and do that whole thing, that we'd still want to travel, probably in the winter. And maybe even in the summer, depending on the temperatures.
Like, depending on where we live, we'll go to the other climate.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we want to travel the States. I mean, would you say that's true, babe?
Yes, that is definitely
Yeah,
true.
we want to travel the States. We want to travel the East Coast. We want to just explore places. And when her green card or citizenship is nailed down in the next, I don't know, 1 to 5 years,
Yeah.
depending on what we're talking about, then we'd still like to probably explore different parts of the world. I know I'd like to go back to South Korea, maybe do some missions or hang out, because we still work on our Korean. 안녕하세요. 만나서 반갑습니다.
That means, hello, nice to meet you.
Yeah. 안녕하세요, 여러분.
I don't know what that means.
제 언니 정말 예뻐요.
Nope.
I will let the Korean people tell me if my Korean sucks or not. But let's camera your face. But yeah, so I think we'll probably travel the rest of our lives to some degree.
I've done it until now, so I don't see why I would stop.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, me too. We both need adventure.
Yeah.
And but the people in Bend, Oregon, at least at what is now called Joy Church, formerly known as Bend Christian Fellowship, amazing people.
They are very
Super.
fellowship-y.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like our last weekend there, they had a huge like cookout barbecue thing, and lots of people, probably hundreds of people there. There was a lot of people there.
Like they have 3 services on, like, because they need them.
Yeah, and so it's just a beautiful church, and we would probably choose to live in Bend, Oregon, except for a few variables that are just deal breakers for us. If we were not doing food delivery and we were uber wealthy, then we would probably it'd probably be more of an option. But we don't really like the laws. We don't like the high prices of real estate in that area.
And
That's
it's really
tough to deal
hot
with.
in the summer.
It's hot in the summer. The ladies tend to wear not very much, like literally just bikinis in that area.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, do your thing. It's just I don't want to watch porn when I'm hanging out in the public.
Yeah, I'm like, I understand on the beach, but when they leave the beach, then I'm like, okay, there's nowhere to escape it.
Yeah.
And then they have lakes or rivers running through the entire town, or city, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So they're just everywhere.
Yeah, and it's super fun, but super desirable area. But that's why so many people are moving there, and it's starting to turn into a bit of a city, like city, like a lot of people. But the business is good. Like the food delivery business is good in Bend, Oregon, especially in the evening. We did well.
Yeah.
But we'd like to live in a state where that's light on having to get permits for our off-grid dwelling. I'm sorry, babe. I'm just shadowing your face hardcore.
Oh, well, I was doing that on purpose.
I
was like, there we go, I'm shaded. I can
You
see.
can't hold this for a minute, can you? I'm like,
well, let's see. Last time I grabbed it, I pressed the button.
Oh,
but
that's
there are
true.
no buttons on that.
Okay, I need to.
I was like, there are no buttons on that side, so I think I can grab it from that
That might
side.
work. But yeah, no, we'd like to live in a state where we can homeschool.
I did marry an English teacher, so.
That's
yeah.
true. I am a professional educator. Where it wouldn't cost a lot to build our home, where we could do it with minimal oversight, and if things work out well, we'd really like to get some property, even if it was like, I don't know, 2 to 5 acres. I mean, I would prefer 5 acres, but if we could get 2 to 5 acres with a strong stream or a small river on it that we could use to generate hydropower, oh,
That would be so cool.
that would be the dream. Run some crypto and Bitcoin miners with that electricity. Oh, that would just be lovely. So anyway, so Idaho is a candidate certainly for where we could just be left alone by the government. We want community, we want people in connection and relationship and involvement, but just not with the government so much.
Yeah, thank you.
And that's why we won't live in Sweden. It's homeschooling's illegal there. Washington, I have the impression it's hard to homeschool there. We're just like, okay, like we'd like to raise kids that are not communists or soft white supremacists, as so many of the left are nowadays, and the woke and all that garbage. And
Which is what is infiltrating the public school system everywhere
Yeah.
in America, it seems.
yeah, in a lot of places, not everywhere, but in a lot of places. And so we're just like, okay, let's try to find some people who are more conservative. I'm not a fan of like uber super conservative, because that could get into like poverty culture and shame culture, and that's not fun. Of course, they can do the same thing on the left, so that maybe that's more of like a fundamentalist value system. But for us, we're like, we want people who are open, people who are abundance-minded, people who are a bit creative, a bit adventurous, and who aren't afraid of inner healing and psychology and emotional health.
You know,
And
fun
Jesus.
people who like dad jokes and
Yeah.
having fun and travel.
I like mad jokes, dad jokes. I like jokes. Just please don't tell anyone. But yeah, so we'll see how Idaho works out. Hopefully, in the future, we'll be shooting a video on our property and have millions of dollars in the bank from our incredible books that transform the world. Just world domination. That's all we're aiming for here. But anyways,
Just tiny little thing.
I think my arm is begging me to end this video. But thanks for watching our update.
Yeah, thank you.
If you like our little stories, give us a thumbs up. Please subscribe. If you know a friend that might like what we talk about, shoot them our way. We'd really appreciate that. And bless you guys. We love you guys. And bye.
Bye.